Congratulations to everybody. As Dr. Fairbairn mentioned in my introduction, I did begin this degree that I'm finally completing 13 and a half years ago. 3 minutes is insufficient for me to summarize my experience in seminary. I have considered writing an ebook titled, "It's Not a Race, How to Finish Seminary in 13 Years or More." But at my pace, it won't be published until 2031. So for now, I'll crystallize my experience in one really simple phrase. And it is such an honor to be able to speak tonight, and it's such an honor to do this. And what I really want to do is just express my gratitude to God for his goodness toward me throughout this seminary experience. So the simple phrase is just this: God is good. God is good. God has shown his goodness to me by guiding me. During seminary, we got married, had a child, moved to another city, changed jobs several times, moved again. I became a pastor. We moved again. We had another child, and I switched seminaries. Often these steps were preceded by terrifying uncertainty. But looking back, we see that God was directing our path all along, without fail. What we thought were hairpin turns was actually a straightaway, leading right to where he wanted us to be. Graduates, don't fear uncertainty. God is good. He'll guide your steps. God has shown his goodness. That's like Christmas, but you celebrate God's goodness. God has shown his goodness by being gracious toward me in my weakness. I did the first half of my seminary credits as a full-time student, and then the second half as a full-time pastor. During the first half, I built up some self-confidence for the ministry. I burned through all of that in week 1 of the second half. I found that knowledge tends to inflate. Ministry tends to deflate. And deflation is really good for us as Christians because God opposes the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. It's when we're weak that we're strong, because it's when we're weak that we depend on God, and God is good. So graduates, don't fear your weakness. God is good, and he does his strongest work in our weakness, through our weakness. God has shown his goodness to me by giving me people to help me. After 13 and a half years, I finally get to wear this fancy robe and my hood. And I'm not taking it off. I will sleep in this. I will wash my car in this. I will go on date night in this. I get this honor. And it really is an honor. But dozens of professors and administrators served me and helped me every semester along the way. Countless individuals sacrificed to support me financially to be able to do this. My church has encouraged me in 100 ways. My children. Sorry, I didn't count on getting emotional. I'm not an emotional guy. My children, Elias and Lillian, they gave up their dad so many evenings and weekends. My wife, Meredith supported me every day of this endeavor. As seminary stretched beyond the whole first decade of our marriage, unfailingly. We will receive our diplomas tomorrow, but not just from Dr. Fairbairn's hands, from the hundreds of hands that have helped us to be able to do this. So, on the eve of our graduation, I just want to close my little bit expressing the gratitude that I assume and I must believe we're all feeling tonight. First, to all of you, thank you for all your hard work, making it possible for us to do this. Most importantly, thank God for his goodness toward us through Jesus Christ. Through Jesus Christ, he has made a way for us, as sinful as we are, to be forgiven and cleaned up and reconciled to him and adopted as sons. And he didn't even stop there. He even allows us to take part in his work in the world. Thank God for his goodness. Thank you.